Hey, it's Chris for AllEars TV and AllEars.net, and today AllEars is feeling the need for speed. We'll start with the casual ride on the monorail, followed by a speed walk into Epcot's future world, where we're going to talk about a little history, some secrets, a lot of tips, and some cool, stuff about Test Track. Let's ride. Test Track opened March 16, 1999, after replacing the World of Motion, which was originally an Omnimover attraction that gave riders a look at the history of transportation. That attraction closed in 1996. Test Track was intended to open about a year later in 1997, but the original wheels for the ride vehicles couldn't stand up to the track or the speed, and capacity needed to be able to run about 29 cars on the track at once, but the original iteration could only handle 6.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Test Track. My name is Bill McKim. I'm up here in the control center. In just a couple of minutes, you're going to be out there on that track. But first, let's put together your test schedule.
The ride did finally open only 2 years late and remained the same until 2012, when the attraction went through an 8-month thematic overhaul and added the pre-ride interactive design center. There is a 40-inch height requirement, so little ones can't ride this, but you can always take advantage of Rider Switch, which allows your party to ride in 2 groups, so someone can always wait with your younger kids. Now, this is a Tier 1 Fast Pass, meaning you have to pick between Test Track, Soarin', Frozen Ever After, or there's the Epcot character spot, or a reserved viewing location for the fireworks. But if you arrive at the park early, you can likely get on Test Track with a really minimal wait. As the queue progresses, guests enter the Chevrolet Design Center, where they virtually design their own cars based on 4 criteria: capability, efficiency, responsiveness, and power, which you will test out once you're on the ride. FastPass riders are able to design their own vehicles just like those in standby. The single rider line lets you choose to design a vehicle. You don't have a choice in FastPass or standby, but most people seem to breeze right past this part, so the wait might only be 5 to 10 minutes. You can make some pretty fun designs, and my kid really enjoyed this part. The ride vehicles are 6-person sim cars with seatbelts just like a car's front seatbelts. Legroom can be a potential problem for people of size. Note there is much more legroom in the front seat. It's a little step down to get into the vehicle, and if you're using an ECV or wheelchair, you'll have to transfer at the load zone. While the ride isn't necessarily scary, it is dark and rather jerky. There's no free-fall drops, and even though the ride goes fast, it feels a lot more controlled than a roller coaster. But you don't have to take my word for it. One of our AllEars staff is a self-proclaimed ride wuss. I couldn't get her to go on camera to tell her story, so for now we'll call her Olaf. According to Olaf, she's the biggest ride wuss. She did Space Mountain once and hated it, will not go near Tower of Terror or Rock and Roller Coaster, but Test Track and Radiator Springs Racers are her favorite Disney rides. How's that for a testimonial? Oh, sorry. The whole attraction has a very Tron vibe in this second iteration of the attraction, which is convenient since Magic Kingdom is welcoming a new Tron attraction in 2021. There's a seatbelt check before the ride really starts.
Automated driving technology activated.
Welcome to the Sim Track.
Just after the seatbelt check, there's a 3-story incline, but it's only about 15 degrees. The first section is going to test your design's capability in different weather conditions. Screens showing rain and snow are around you, but don't worry about any of the 4D theater type actions. You will not get wet. The ride system feels very controlled, so you won't take any of these drops very quickly, although the braking mechanisms can feel a little startling and jerky at times, which was probably what spooked my little one the most. Your first speed up is here, and the cars are going to hydroplane a bit at the end of this run. This part of the capability test checks for off-road capability. Lightning strike might be a little scary. At the end of each test, you'll be able to see how your car design measures up with everyone else riding in your sim car. This part scans the sim car for aerodynamic efficiency. You'll feel a few blasts of air, but that's about it. Prep the kiddos for this next bit. The responsiveness test is going to have you making quick turns and stopping abruptly, so this might shake them, well, and you up a bit. You'll speed up quite a bit in this section, not top speed yet though. There's a few little drops in this section as well. Honestly, it feels like coming off of a road bump. They're very little. Get ready for some bright lights and loud noises. Your car will swerve a bit here.
Automated crash avoidance technology disengaged. Displaying responsiveness data.
Here comes the final test.
So here comes the final test. Get ready to cruise. If you're riding in the day, you might want to keep your sunglasses handy and definitely hold on to your hat. There's a ride photo just as you exit the building and cruise onto the track. This is the first of 3 banked curves with a maximum bank of 50 degrees. This is where you really start to pick up speed before the straightaway. That sign up ahead measures your speed. This is the fastest Disney ride. It hits speeds of 64.9 miles per hour. The ride starts to slow as you approach the end, and as you come back into the building, you can see how your car did in the power test. But before we do that, let's back up and check out the ride at night. Rides in Disney take on a whole new life at night. Okay, let's go. At the end, you can see how your car design compares to the sim car, Chevy's car design. The total length of track of this ride is just about 30 feet under 1 mile. Ride time duration is about 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Each year, each one of these test vehicles will travel 50,000 miles. And each one of these vehicles was designed to last 1 million miles. I don't know that I could say that about my car. post-show area features the latest Chevrolet vehicles in an all-new state-of-the-art showroom, as well as high-tech games for both kids and adults. Test Track is the first generation of this style of attraction, and it's the same ride tech as Radiator Springs Racers in Disneyland. So what are your thoughts on Test Track? If you love thrill rides, did this compete? Do you recommend it for kids? Heck, do you recommend it for adults? Let us know in the comments. If you like this video, please click on that thumbs up. Be sure to stay tuned to AllEars TV and AllEars.net for more Disney news, fun, and stuff. Follow us on Instagram at AllEars.net. Want more ride videos? Check them out right here. And please subscribe to AllEars.net and clang that little notification bell so you immediately get notified when we post a new video. This is Chris for AllEars TV. See you next time.